It's going down. Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakha Kodash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And as always, I would like to give double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of It's Going Down, being brought to you by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Rising prices sap Brits' spending power, poll finds. Households are struggling amid the unfolding recession in the country, the study shows. So, which I don't know why they keep saying unfolding recession, because Europe is in a recession. They've been in a recession ever since they stopped receiving gas from Russia. How are they just now entering a recession? But you see that's these devils trying to hide the truth from the public. No, Europe is in a recession. They've been in a recession. Talking about an unfolding recession. I hate when they do that shit, man. You devil, you Edomites are nothing but a bunch of liars. It says consumer confidence, because when does a recession restart? Recession starts with high unemployment rate, which that's what Europe is going through. Recession comes from recession comes from inactivity within a economy. Okay, lack of activity in a economy. Recession also comes from lack of activity in a economy. Okay, a recession also comes from when a country's GDP, gross domestic production, starts to drop. That's happening in Europe. Europe's GDP has dropped greatly ever since they stopped receiving gas from Russia, because a lot of the money that they used to have now has to go towards their own energy costs. It has to go towards their own gas crisis. You know, Europe don't have money that they can just spend freely anymore. All that money they have is going towards their energy crisis, their gas crisis. So ever since then, their GDP has dropped tremendously. So Europe has been in a recession. So consumer confidence in the UK has remained at its lowest level. Well, why do you think there's so many protests happening in Europe? Okay, there's hundreds of thousands of people down there in Europe protesting right now because of the cost of living, because of the cost of living prices, because of energy crisis, because of wage problems. People are not being paid enough wages in order to take care of their necessities, their bills, their rent. And the reason why people are protesting over these things is because Europe is in a recession. Consumer confidence in the UK has remained at its lowest level in almost 50 years for 8 months now, as households across the country grapple with the cost of living crisis. You see what I mean, man? Data shared on Friday by research group GfK shows the monthly consumer confidence index rose to 42 in December from 44 last month, and a record low of 49 recorded in September. The index, which dates back to 1974, reflects how people view their personal finances and wider economic outlook, and they had never fallen below 40 until this May. The survey was conducted at the beginning of the month, and 2,000 people were polled. Although the index gained 2 points, the result of the study illustrate that concerns about the economic future remain acute, which means the word acute means sharp. More consumers are saying they face financial difficulties due to rising prices and expect their situation to worsen over the next year. Real wages are falling as inflation continues to bite hard, further straining the the discretionary budget of many households as we entered the last few shopping days before Christmas. Client Strategy Director at GFK Joe Staten said, adding that there will be no rebound in confidence anytime soon. Inflation in the UK reached 10.7% in November, and we're in the month of December now. According to Office for National Statistics, which is more than 5 times the 2% target. With no fiscal good news coming, economists warn there will continue to be a deep and protracted fall in living standards. So as I've said before, they don't intend for things to get better down there in Europe, okay? And we also got to remember, this is all being systematically orchestrated by the so-called elites. They want you people to be out there protesting, crying, whining, rioting, demanding change. So that way the so-called elites can come with their change, which that change is not going to be to your benefit. It's going to be to their benefit, which is what? The New World Order, which is the part of Agenda 21. Okay, now they have a Agenda 23, which Agenda 21 was basically about the movements that they was going to be making in the year 2021. Now they have a Agenda 23, which is going to be about the movements that they're going to be making in Agenda 23, which, Lord's will, I'm going to do a video on Agenda 21 and Agenda 23. Okay? Because those things need to be exposed. Okay, but that's pretty much the end of this article here. I'm going to leave off with this scripture, which is one of my favorite scriptures that I like to bring out concerning the judgment that the Lord is bringing upon the wicked. Okay, Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 5. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. So every morning when I wake up, something new is always happening to these Edomites. So the Lord is always bringing judgment on these Edomites. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. With that, I'm going to say Shalom is on to the next one.